Blog Talk Radio.
And I just don't give a damn. This is what I am. Understand?
Yes, sir. Welcome to Mix.
This is who I am.
Chris, take care of Dennis. Don't let that man mess you up.
This is what I am.
Fam was good. J-Ray, Sephiroth.
Take me as I am.
My sound's okay. My level's good.
You are listening live.
We'll do it live. Yes. Of course, unless you're not listening live. This is the Pro Wrestling Torch East Coast Cast. It's Wednesday. It's September 21st, 2022. I'm your host. I'm Travis Bryant. And joining me in just a matter of moments will be co-host extraordinaire, the rich man of the ringer, the handsomest man in podcasting. Cameron Hawkins will be joining us, and as I said, in just a moment. But let me go ahead and give out all the pertinent contact information. This here is an interactive show, so please reach out to us in one or all of the following ways. If you want to have your voice heard on this show, two ways of going about that. First way, hit us up. Join the queue, get in line, talk to Cam and myself live on air tonight.
Philly.
Call
Travis
on the
from Philly.
constellation lines, and that will happen. 347-202-0103 is the number.
That's how the heck came, man.
Once again, 347.
That's how they made it.
202-0103.
I didn't mess with it.
And that is to talk to us live tonight.
And it's a
You,
dad. It's not
again,
fitting.
want your voice heard on the show, but you can't call or listen live. Drop the voicemail. It gives you 3 unadulterated minutes
Baseball
to
was
ask
good
your
with you.
questions, pose your comments, spout your conspiracy theories, break your news with 3 Z's, whatever you got for us. The voicemail is there for you. Drop us a voicemail at 415-787-5229. Again, reach us by voicemail at 415-787-5229. You can always find us on the email tip as well. Mailbag is always open, constantly being refreshed, so please email us anytime during the week or during the show itself. You can find us at East Coast Audio Show at gmail.com. Again, East Coast Audio Show at gmail.com. Let us know in the subject of your email which segment, VIP or non-VIP, that you'd want your email read in. We've got we got a little queue of Gibran emails that
That's been
two
sitting
weeks
there.
ago by mistake, and then last week there was no live show. So I promise you have my word here. An hour and a half later. Oh no, Gibran, I'm sorry. No, I'm going to get to those. Yeah. So I hope they're not super time sensitive. Is Solo Sikoa going to debut? That'll be his first question. Again, East Coast Audio Show at gmail.com. Find us on Twitter. Find the show at East Coast Cast, twitter.com/East Coast Cast. You can find my personal Twitter at Trav Lord, and you can find Cam at Seahawk, and that's CEE Hawk. And speaking of CEE Hawk, watch along, listen along, follow along, chat along on Cam's Twitch. Happening right now, live, and a few times else during the week. But you can follow the Twitch at twitch.tv/Seahawk.
So low.
Again, CEE Hawk. Join the chat room during the live show and interact with us and the other fine folks in that chat. And and the last bastion of Get Adage, find us on Facebook. The Facebook fan page can be found at facebook.com/PWTorch East Coast Cast, or just search East Coast Cast or PW Torch. You will see us among the Torch family of fan pages. So please give us a like, share us on your timeline, tag your wrestling pals in the post, spread the word that way. Y'all know what to do. All right. Let's talk to Cameron and get him onto the show. Cameron,
Unmuted.
welcome back. back to the East Coast Cast.
Yeah, man. Thanks for letting me go on vacation. It's appreciated.
Mm-hmm. Had me out here.
You know, it's funny.
Scrambling.
I called.
And I was like, you know what?
I called. Like, we were, so that was Wednesday. We might have been at the Airbnb, like, just getting, because we flew in Wednesday. So we're like, we checked in at 4, so we just in there kicking it. We probably sipping on something, man. I was like, let me call the show, see what's going on. Ain't no show. It was showless.
Oh, yeah, you didn't know. Yeah, I sent out an alert, but yeah, you don't be.
Yeah. So
on my Twitter.
You know,
nice.
But yeah, man, thanks for letting me take a day off.
It's
cool.
We're here this week. We want to hear about your wonderful trip to the West Coast. I'm assuming, if I remember correctly, that's your first trip to that side of the country. Is that correct?
I had never been further west than Vegas. So it was my first time in California. Yeah, it was cool, man. We caught like 5:30 a.m. flights, and so it was just being sleep, the whole way there. But by the time we got there, it was cool. Went and we didn't see like a bunch of sights because we had plans. Like went to a concert Thursday, went to dinner in Hollywood Friday, went to my man's house Saturday. So it was it was cool. I saw what I saw, but like it wasn't like big sightseeing trip. It was more like kicking it, but it was cool.
It sounds and looked like a blast.
Yeah, man. We were staying. I didn't tell you this. We were staying at one of Biden's speechwriters' houses. So like, they get money. Yeah, so like,
wow.
Yeah, it was wild. Like we didn't know till we got there, but yeah, and we just talking to him and like we checked his bio on the Airbnb. He's like, yeah, write speeches for the president. It's like, oh, cool, all right. Like he writes for TV, but he does that too. But yeah, his crib was like you could see the Hollywood sign from the crib. It was something. It was something.
Word.
I still would never leave Texas though. I don't care how much money they give me. I'm not leaving. I'm staying right here. No.
You're not leaving what? Texas?
Yes. No. I don't want to live anywhere else. I'm great here.
Kim, can I shared it in the group chat, but my fucking rent went up 35%.
Ooh, you did say it was shooting up. Ooh, man.
35% in one go.
Now,
one go.
So it doesn't kick in. Like, did the lease expire and then it shot up, or they were just like, we need more money now?
No. They said, motherfucker, you got 45 days because your renewal's coming up. Oh, okay, yeah, bet. Thanks for the reminder. Oh, by the way, here's this $325 fucking increase in the rent. Like I'm hanging on by a string.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent a series of emails that at the beginning I was like, as I sent the first one, I was like, I hope I don't regret this email. By the third or fourth, I was like, I should have came out like, fuck y'all.
Yeah. you got to bomb atomic on them.
It's Texas. And the reason I said it is because it's Texas. Ain't shit I can do about it because there ain't nothing on the books that say they can't. They could have said your rent going up $70,000. And they, nothing I could do, no recourse. But yeah, so it's just funny you say I ain't never leaving Texas. And for the first time in 6 years since I've been down this bitch, I'm like, damn, do I want to? Maybe not Texas as a whole, but like Round Rock and fucking is looking a lot more.
Well, I told you what they did for us though. Like they literally, like that's one of the. And again, I know who you work for, Travis.
Well,
so
right, y'all.
I feel like
goddamn Pflugerville.
But no, I'm not. I'm in Round Rock. But what I mean is, when I say did for us, I mean,
well, no,
the job, like, was like, hey, it's impossible for you to work here and live here, so here's more money. Because they gave us.
You think the state of Austin?
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like if that ain't happened for you, I feel like that's coming for you because it ain't just you. But yeah, it's something we had to like push for sure.
November 1st is going to be that's going to be interesting. 40-something days or whatever. Okay, beyond.
Yeah, enough about us. Nobody cares about us.
Personal crises.
Yeah, man.
We got some shit to talk about. We've got a not new NXT, but we've got a re-logoed color scheme, whatever you want to say. But an overt feel change kind of in how NXT is presented. And I don't just mean the color scheme and arena. We had the Saudi Arabia press conference thing with Logan Paul and Roman Reigns that happened. We've got some stuff to talk about. Where are we starting?
Yeah, man. Let's go.
TV, off TV.
Yeah, let's go with TV. Let's go with tonight's big show, man. Let's talk about AEW Dynamite Grand Slam. Again, we talked about this on the show, but AEW does this really cool thing. They make certain TV shows feel big. I mean, it's a way to make up for not having a monthly pay-per-view, but also a way to keep your audience engaged. And I like it. Like, I wish WWE did not have a monthly pay-per-view. I wish they built up to big events on TV and then had 4, 6, 8 pay-per-views, But, yeah, so tonight, man, and normally we start at the bottom. Let's start at the top. You got Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson, 2 for the AEW World Championship. I feel like it's Danielson's night. I feel like Moxley's been champion.
Oh, wow.
Been champion a few times. He's been interim champion. I believe he's been AEW champion twice. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong.
I think he's the first two-time champ.
And it could just be one regular, one interim. But I thought, somebody will correct us. But yeah. I think that
if you count the interim, he's won it twice and won the interim.
So that would be a third. Okay. So yeah, I feel like because he beat Punk to unify him. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, I think Danielson. I think they go with Danielson, man. I don't think you have Moxley win it 3 times so soon. I think it is Danielson's time. I think you have both of them are baby faces. I think that, Moxley was due time off before the incident with Punk. And so I think this was just an extension of that. I feel like he takes that time. And, much deserved. He's had a great year. Yeah, I think they're going to smoke that because they smoke it. Even though they're both on the same team, they can go balls to the wall, full speed, without it meaning somebody's turning or somebody's changing. It is what they've established between those two. It's what they've established as a unit between each other with the Blackpool Combat Club. So yeah.
React. And I mean, who gets the majority of the cheers? Who gets the majority of the heat?
Yeah, I feel like this is as down the middle as it can go. I feel like they both get cheered for the things that they do, no matter what they do and how much they do it to each other. I think so.
Okay, so here's a different question: who overtly heals it up, or do they just go? I
think Danielson, because his offense is geared more toward stretch you out and make you feel pain in a way that's visual, where Moxley's more of a striker.
Yeah.
So yeah. I like the questions that we got in the chat. The first one being that, is the poker chip similar to Money in the Bank? I read it as is.
I think it's exactly like that.
Yeah, I read it as is, and I think they've leaned more into that in the last couple of months.
I think it's like Money in the Bank, but because I'm just not up on it. It might not be the sneak in. Yeah, I guess the run in kind of cash in. I'm not sure if you can do that with the poker chip. I think you can just use it as a regular contract, like, hey, book me for a match. I don't know if you can just interrupt and come down with a ref.
Yeah, but I could see, after the match, you can be like, hey, time to fight now. Because you know how hard they're going to go. Next question was, is there a risk with putting the belt on Bryan given his injury history after everything AEW went through with Punk? I absolutely think that's something they'd consider. Like, I do think that there is a desire for longevity. And I think that's a reason that they could go with Max after the match. Younger, different style, could go longer on TV, not having matches and not defending, and people accept it as character. Yeah, Moxley's a 2-time champion because he it doesn't count his days interim into the title. Yeah, because he won it, and then he unified it a couple weeks ago. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, J. Ray.
So I just realized looking at the flyer, for lack of a better, what's the day? The media, the visual for tonight's show. I thought you were just saying Moxley Danielson 2 as a
they're promoting it like
that you were personalizing. Mm-hmm. Like, no, that shit's on the poster, and this is exactly it. And for sure, it's on an off. It's not on a pay-per-view. So if this was a pay-per-view and it's a pseudo pay-per-view, it's a named show, just happens to be on cable TV. But I like that. Moxley Danielson 2.
Absolutely. Like again, give it that big fight feel. And the first time that they fought was to create the Blackpool Combat Club, made it feel like a big deal. This is a great way to circle back around it. Absolutely. UFC rules that makes you 3-time champion. That should be. They're gonna smoke it. I'm gonna say no shenanigans, Danielson. I think that it's Arthur Ashe. It's New York. Max is from there. Ooh, it's a great boost at the end of the show. I do think that and also you see what happens when you drag it out with Theory. Like, it's not going to hit the same. So
he's had that since July?
Yeah.
It's not even 6 months yet, and we're already...
No, Money in the Bank was...
Like he's
Money in the Bank
out?
was June, I think. June.
Oh, okay. Still not 6 months, right?
Yeah, but not 6 months, you're right. But yeah, just, I think if you have the opportunity to jump at it, you do. So, yeah, it should be great. I'm looking at the rest of the graphic. Claudio Jericho. Jericho's on this I Still Got It kick. And it's kind of as a way to prove to Daniel Garcia that, like, me being an entertainer doesn't mean I can't wrestle. I'm going to go out there and smoke it. I think Claudio retains. I don't know if... And shit, as I say that, you know how fast I can talk myself out of that? Jericho being Ring of Honor champion, Jericho Sports Entertainer being Ring of Honor champion, and Danielson being AEW champion. Oh, like, it's right there to still do the custody of Daniel Garcia. Oh, that's tough.
Oh, okay. And on that front, I think maybe you got something. But the Jericho as ROH champion in 2022 just doesn't hit the same, even though Ring of Honor theoretically has, more people or more. I don't know. It seems like they should be a little more over than they are. But it's 2022, and Ring of Honor's Q factor just ain't what it was, even in tight wrestling circles. In 2007 or even 2012. So. Shit, 2012 was 10 years ago. Goddamn. I don't know. If you do your thing, the thing you suggested, if they go in that kind of a direction with and they draw attention to the fact that Danielson as AEW champ and Jericho as ROH champ, and they're still fighting over Garcia, you might get some good stuff out of that. But you want your two respectable champions in potential ha-ha stuff. Like maybe, but
I think I still say Claudio retains there.
But I like the idea of custody over him if you don't go super far with the yucks.
I got Tony Storm retaining. Like, I don't even think that's
Is that a four-way?
Story. It's a 4-way. I think that Jamie Hayter gets involved, costs Britt Baker the win, and Tony Storm retains the interim title, I think.
Yeah, I'm not pick one.
Yeah.
Pick one and have a fucking match.
Exactly. That should be. Yeah, I agree. I'd rather see
Serena Deeb, if they had been doing in the last couple weeks, she should be somebody that could challenge on a on a not pay-per-view.
Athena losing to Jade and then getting an interim world title shot is like, okay,
don't make no sense.
Doesn't quite add up, but nope. That should be good. But yeah, I think Toni Storm retains. Low key, since we're on stream.
That was a bad match. That was actually and I'm grading it on a bit of a curve because Jade Cargill isn't. She's just so young and hasn't been wrestling for a while or for so long. But you can definitely see the influence. And I don't even mean because she's doing drop downs and fucking toe holds and stretching people out, but just kind of slowing down. And I don't know, she's just getting better. And I guess she don't have nowhere up to go but up. So It's nice to see that you can tune in and watch a Jade Cargill match and not go, man, she's the champion because she fucking looks so hot and is strong, aesthetically super pleasing and can talk that shit, but she's backing it up in the ring.
And in the chat, somebody was like, I'd rather see Anna Jay in that spot than Serena Deeb. I kind of agree. And I mess up your name every time. Is it Queen Melisandre? Queen Melissa Andre? But yes, excellent point. The rankings qualify you for both titles. Perfectly said. That is absolutely true. They keep you in contention for both of those, so you are correct. Serena Deeb.
Does that make any sense, though?
I mean, it makes sense. If that's what by their rules, yes. By their rules, yes.
But does that rule make sense by the rules of fucking common sense?
I don't know. But it's
what?
Yeah, I if you don't, because I will say this though, to their kind of credit, it's not like they make the AEW Women's World Title leagues above the TBS title.
The TBS title?
Yeah, they do not make them seem like there's a big gap between them. Okay, you got Pac and Orange Cassidy. Tupac, as I like to call him, because he got 2 titles. It's gonna be fun because Pac, he hates him. He hates Orange Cassidy. So that should be a really fun match. Are we family? Are we family right now?
We absolutely are.
I would love to see Orange Cassidy switch it up just once and just go hard the whole match. Like, catch Pac off guard. Just don't do the thing. And he's great at the thing, and I love the thing. But just in this scenario, don't give us formula. Give us something different. I
think that's a good idea. Not even just for that match, but for him overall. I like Orange Cassidy. Like when he showed up on AEW, I was like, holy shit, this is really cool. And I went and watched a lot of fucking Orange Cassidy in 2019, 2020. But we've seen it for a while now. And it's not, there are only so many ways you can do variants on the cool guy, hands in the pocket, nonchalant thing. So, and I'm not saying he should completely get away from that, but I think he should absolutely start doing things like Cam just suggested, like just right from the get-go in this coming up match with Pac, just right out the gate, he's on him, and the announcers go, "What the fuck?" And Pac's face as he's getting, pummeled about the head and chest is like, "What the fuck? I was not expecting this." Yeah. And just to kind of throw, whether he wins the match tonight or not, but just to, keep fans on their toes as far as the Orange Cassidy character goes, and because I think it's getting a bit old, but it's still good. And I agree with your thing. Like, I like the thing, but he needs to vary the thing. Yeah. And I don't mean, he needs to vary himself and not rely so heavily on the thing.
Yeah, agreed. Okay. So, and then we got Swerve in Our Glory, the Acclaimed 2, which I think deserves a 2. I think that pay-per-view match was that good The crowd was that hot for a title change.
Oh yeah, look at that. It is another 2.
Yeah, the crowd was that hot for a title change. I'm not mad about it.
Did you see the Swerve in our glory? Swerve and Lee at the school?
Yes.
At like the middle school, it was about like a bunch of 6th or 7th graders, and they have a wrestling club, I guess, at their school. Because I was wondering, like, wow, are kids that into wrestling these days that an entire classroom of kids will go nuts for Swerve and Keith Lee? But it's a specific like they know everybody.
Yeah,
so,
no, my man
Vic.
Vic.
It made a lot of sense.
My man Victor at a KIPP school in New York started a wrestling club for his students, and it got so popular there are students who aren't even in his class that have joined. They love it. Swerve in Our Glory was there. Sasha Banks has been there to visit them. They've sent stuff to Mello.
Okay.
Like it's a big deal. They've been interviewed on a bunch of stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, they're Swerve in Our Glory. I think they go heel.
Spoiled ass kids, though. Thinking about that,
right? I think they go heel.
Over the course of a school year, you meet like 7. Sorry.
Yeah, I think they go heel. I don't think the Acclaim wins though. I think that's still down the road.
Who goes heel?
Swerve in Our Glory.
Wow, break all those kids' hearts?
I mean, that was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was yesterday. Hey, Sasha done been 8 different people since she been there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens.
Yeah, you know what?
But yeah, I think...
I'm still Andor. What are you talking about?
I've not watched it yet. I'm excited. That's going to be my my Friday during the day. I'm just going to sit back and soak all that in.
Now I'm really angry with myself now for trying to be...
Fuck you.
Yeah.
No. You don't get to be angry. No. You don't get to decide that you're gonna check in now after years and years. Oh, this is
No.
watch.
This was just me making a line, and I'm angry at myself for giving you that setup to talk about fucking bitch ass Star Wars.
Go to hell.
No. I'm not jumping in.
Again, and it's funny. This is going to be the
standards.
Star Wars with no magic, and they're so good. Like, as much as I love Jedi and shit, give me Space War show. Just Space War. Space politics, fighting, real people who die and don't come back. Give me that, and we're gonna get a whole season of that. I'm very excited.
Watch The Expanse.
Shut up. But yeah, I think that something got to change hands, right?
I mean, the top title, the main title, world title.
That's not changing hands. It's just going to somebody. It's going to somebody.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that should be a fun match.
Hey, Toni Storm isn't going to
that match
an interim title. That would be weird.
Yeah, she's going to hold that. I think that.
And I think it'd be a big disservice to Swerve in Our Glory if they were.
Yeah.
Like, they Acclaim, they're fine. I don't.
But they love him. You was there, Trav. They love him. Like.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I think.
You know what? That might be it. And if they're going, especially if you're thinking Swerve in Our Glory go heel, do they go heel because they lost and
Yeah, and he was already like he cut off Max Caster's rap last show, and them folks at AEW love to hit him cornball raps. They were mad, and Swerve was even like, "Y'all are mad that I stopped this." So yeah, it's they're playing into that. So really quickly, because I don't want to hold on to it. They are doing a 2-hour Rampage too, so let's run through that really quick. Wardlow and Samoa Joe versus Nice and Woods in a tag match. I got Joe winning.
Who's Woods?
Josh Woods. What is he? ROH guy. Beard. Proud Boys haircut, but it's really good. I got Joe.
Okay.
Starks and Hobbs 2. So they're running that back.
They've running it back on Rampage? I mean, it's a 2-hour Rampage.
Yeah. I'll abstain from going too far on that one. Ray Fenix and Jungle Boy face versus face. I got Jungle Boy winning that. Jade's defending against Diamante. Jade. They are doing Eddie Kingston and Sammy Guevara.
Again, I mean, I know they want Rampage to be a premiere show, but
it's a 2-hour Rampage. It's it's a biggin.
Yeah, and they want something for it. So okay.
Yeah.
They're not just it's not just on a regular, not hyped week, 1 hour regular Rampage. So
yeah,
it actually says something about that match that they want to anchor, or that match to be a part of. Probably anchor one of the big open or 0 hour segments. Yeah. Okay. I think that's a good idea, actually, now that I think about it for 2 seconds.
And then you got, let's see, Sting and Darby versus House of Black. Now, I got House of Black winning because I think whoever's their new third shows up.
So Malachi is out, though, right?
He's gone. So it's Buddy Matthews and Brody King.
I mean, I guess
J Ray is hilarious.
They still got to be named after a guy that's not even there now.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think their third shows up, whoever's replacing Malachi, and they beat Sting and Darby.
Any idea?
I have no idea
who that might be.
People have been talking. I have no idea.
Any guesses?
No.
Anybody named the Black available that they can plug in there?
Black China.
I'm gonna keep my Sylvester Terkay hope alive. The Man Bear is going to show up and be the new leader of the House of Black.
I can't call it. Somebody said, does Sting turn on Darby? Yo, Sting leading the House of Black would be crazy.
What?
I'm talking about, that's what the chat said. Going off the chat. That would be wild. And then your personal favorite.
So you wasn't. Hold up. Speaking of Sting, you wasn't trolling people on your LAX landing shot.
What'd I do?
One, all the thigh meat. I ain't gonna talk about them hoochie daddies. But the Sting, didn't you have a Sting shirt?
First of all, I've been wearing short shorts since before they were cool. Like when they were out of style. That was my style.
I invented hoochie daddies shorts.
Okay. And then, I mean, it was, I had to wear a t-shirt to the airport. What you mean? People, it's going to be like, it's literally not in the works. But, when I do the Sting.
Yo, if you tell me you got a fucking Sting interview, I would.
When I do the Sting interview, that's going to be, oh man, I can't wait. Oh man. Now let me find a Sting and be like, I saw your fucking tweets, yo. I'd be like, no. Oh no. Oh no. I was just kidding, guy. But no, shout out to
assistant.
Yeah, that was
my assistant typed Sting
that's
at
Travis.
Seahawk in my search and was like,
and I saw all that bullshit.
I just went back to 2012. It was the first time you mentioned me, and I just went to the beginning. It took me an hour and a half. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, man. Okay, but your match of the night, Jericho Appreciation Society, Matt Menard and Angelo Parker. By the way, Angelo Parker's hilarious. Like he is he's a mess. Like they're doing like stereotypical Italian guy, like in a stronger, more comedic way than they're doing on NXT, and it's so funny. He's ridiculous. But they're taking on Hook and Action Bronson.
Yeah.
How you're not excited for this, Trev? You're not doing cartwheels and shit?
No.
You're not doing handstands in the Himalayas with a Sherpa?
Like, celebrity involvement can be cool.
So they're doing Action Bronson's there tonight. JD was there with with Stokely a couple months back, and your man Kevin Gates was there. DJ Who Kid's gonna be there tonight, announcing.
All right.
They did West Side Gun with Garcia.
Fans. They sit in the fucking
Like they're embracing this shit heavy. You know,
I get that, but like they don't need to be like in the ring calling people out. Like, come on, let's fight. Fuck out.
Agreed. I like that Action Bronson's actually been training. Like I like that they're showing that. So I'm okay with it. You know, it's cool.
Okay, that's something I didn't know. So there's some context to who the fuck is this guy just showing up in the wrestling ring punching my favorites and stuff, or maybe not my favorites, but you know.
The last two comments are Diamante's bringing Trina to Rampage, and King Luster said, "Who Kid gonna hit somebody with that chin?" Y'all are insane. Wow, is Trina really showing up? That's awesome.
The Sizely brothers.
I was no selling that. I don't know why you didn't. No selling.
That's there's bold and italicized.
Wow. Also, I'm spending the money that we're not spending on the show to
big body piss.
The money we're not spending on the show, I am using that to order dinner right now, since we're not going to the show.
Oh, yeah.
That's unfortunate. I don't know. I haven't reached out to Mega Ran. I don't know what's going on, but you know, hopefully everybody's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, they two big nights, man. Wednesday and Friday. Yeah, football will be on tomorrow, both college and pro. I'm so glad football's back, Travis. Your team is very good. Our teams play this weekend, so maybe we need to get together and watch that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, but yeah, AEW. I don't really have anything else to talk about with AEW specifically. No real progress on the Punk stuff. It does. Okay, one thing though, Kenny Omega is not able to participate in Triple Mania next month because the suspension will still be going. So it's at least through October, it looks like.
Is it AEW Triple Mania?
AEW, no, it's AAA. So maybe because they have a working relationship, but they said specifically you can't do AAA because of the AEW suspension. Yeah.
Bull fucking shit.
I can't call it.
That's bull. Get the man. If there's ever a time to be a fucking prick and throw your EVP status around, he is EVP, right?
Yep.
Or whatever. You're like, no, I'm going to fucking Mexico and I'm going to wrestle for this fucking Mexican promoter. I do have that right in my contract still, right? Like, that's a part of our deal, right? Fuck your suspension. Like, I'm not wrestling for you. You're not paying me. Oh, man.
Yeah. Shit is kind of crazy,
fuck
man.
that.
Shit is kind of crazy. Still got bills.
Again, if it's like AAA and AEW present whatever the name of that show is, well, maybe. But no, it's a AAA show, and he's a fucking AAA talent, and historically is, and he's won a bunch of their titles and shit. And yeah, I got a problem with
that. Abbott Elementary's back tonight. Shout out to Abbott Elementary. Award-winning show.
Oh, wow! The premiere has to do with like an Eagles tailgate. Like on the premise, the tailgate, like going not out of control, but like, yeah, I just saw the trailer. It looked fucking hilarious.
That should be fun. Yeah, I feel like we should talk about all the shows that Craig doesn't want us to. Craig, I hope you're doing well. I know you've had some issues lately. But no. Okay, so WWE real quick. Crown Jewel. Roman Reigns defending against Logan Paul. I mean, okay, you know, this is the hard part about it. Like, this is a show that we don't watch, and so it's kind of like,
I was about to say the exact same thing.
Yeah, like
this is the opposite of a year or two ago when they had that like really dope on paper show that really turned out like that actually went fucking well and had some good shit on it. I was like, well, that sucks that I missed a good show and I don't watch that show.
Mm-hmm.
This is the opposite. Like, oh, well, cool. I don't have to miss something that I care about, even if it turns out, wow, Logan and Roman put on a show and then he ran this angle and Solo Sikoa came out and I'm like, oh, okay, it's good to hear about and read about afterwards, but I won't be like super salty that I missed it like I was a little while ago.
Yeah, I mean, Logan Paul's been, excellent rookie year. Clearly a super athletic kid. Seems like he's going out there doing the things asked of him. I think this is an interesting place to try this, because I asked people, like, how does the Saudi crowd typically react to faces and heels? They're like, well, they typically, face, they cheer, heel, they boo, but it's Roman Reigns. Like, they love the bloodline because the bloodline is larger than life at this point. Is Cheryl Lee mouth to Moesha what Bryan Danielson was to Nexus? Sure, I get it, but Bryan Danielson was, well, Cheryl Lee Ralph was the man before Moesha, so it's actually pretty good.
Who's Cheryl Lee Ralph?
The older teacher on Abbott Elementary, her mentor. Because she was the mom of Moesha, but she was also like somebody big when we were little kids. She was somebody before that.
Yeah, I got her pulled up to see who she is. Yep, know exactly. Yep.
How do you feel about the NFL head-to-head against the World Cup in November? I don't give a fuck about the World Cup. I don't give a fuck. It's cool. That's not going to affect my TV viewing whatsoever. There's going to be more people out drinking beer at the same time. That's pretty cool.
It's not going to affect a ton of regular fucking. It's not going to do. It's not going to put it.
I live in, and we live in a large city, and so there will be a lot of crossover. People in large cities do tend to pretend to love soccer. Okay. And we do have like a local team too now, and so that has absolutely heightened the a local team in a big ass expensive stadium. So that's also increased. I got
caught in that traffic and
that Q2
foot traffic and
it's also increased visibility. So that should be like the event itself in November, like experiencing both of those at the same time. That should be very fun, like in public, absolutely. But yeah, I think Roman Reigns is
definitely a day to make some money if you do rideshare, if you Uber, or
for sure. Yeah, Roman's gonna win. Logan Paul's gonna put on a good show. Going to that at this type of event where even though a lot of people watch, I think numbers probably show it's the least watched pay-per-view, if for no other reason than a lot of people can't watch them live because of when they come on. So,
right.
That's
right. Friday at 1 p.m.
Yeah, absolutely. So, elsewhere in WWE, they're running back Ronda and Liv at Extreme Rules.
In an Extreme Rules match.
An Extreme Rules match. I think that that gives Liv some
leeway.
Exactly. You have Rollins and Riddle in the fight pit.
Oh.
Yeah. So Rollins, who has been great and absolutely tore up the Clash show, just a master class in wrestling, and Riddle was great on his end too. How does Rollins adjust his style for something like this to make it believable and make it great? That should be fun. I think you have Riddle win here because
you gotta.
Yeah.
I was shocked that he lost the SummerSlam or the
Clash
Crown Jewel match. The Castle match. And this, if you're putting it in the pit, you're playing to his supposed strengths, and I only say supposed strengths because they don't play that up in his. And I think that's with the pit match. I think that's something that they're obviously going to start to hone in on his character. Like, this guy's a fighter. Like, this guy isn't just, you know, stoner wrestling fan turned wrestler. Like he's
can fight. Yeah,
real grappler, real striker, real, you know. So I'm happy with that. So I have to assume, if they're going to put it in his element, he's got to pull this one out. I don't even mean pull it out like, oh, he's got to win as definitively as Seth won at the fucking Castle. Maybe not 2 finishers in a row and 1, 2, 3, but you know, he's got to hit that damn, you know, that power driver, front face power driver thing he does, and 1, 2, 3.
For sure, you got to get it done,
Clean.
baby, or knock him the fuck out.
Or that, yes.
Yeah,
that'll do it too.
Sammy continues to be,
like, you know, TKO the shit out of him.
Sammy continues to be just the most fun thing in the whole world. Sammy's killing it right now.
You know what? Let's. I saw.
You want to jump into the emails?
Well, no. That I do want to do before we take calls because we can do Jabron's emails. But do the Usos in the Bloodline? Are they going to stop doing that one salute because the fucking Q assholes do that shit?
Fuck no.
They hold up the one finger.
Fuck no. Montez
Well,
Ford told somebody
I just saw, like, you know, I'm scrolling something and I see a fucking story about, you know, Q or fucking Trump assholes or whatever it was, and it's a fucking group of them holding it. You know, y'all the twos, we the ones.
I don't know.
Hold up that finger. Like,
I don't think they change it. I mean, if they did, they did. But it's something that I think as a group who could in no way be linked to that. You know, like nothing they do encompasses that or embodies that, or nobody would confuse the two groups. I don't think so. But you know, if they did, they did. But no. So you have like the timeline of events. Solo Sikoa helps Roman retain the title. Solo shows up on SmackDown, looks at Sammy crazy, but then tells Sammy how much he appreciates him. And which makes Jay's head explode. So then the next week you have an NXT 2.0's 1 year anniversary, and there's a vote to see who challenges Mello. Wesley wins the vote. They jump in backstage. Nobody to challenge Mello. Solo comes out, challenges him, and wins. So now Solo is the NXT North American champion. Shows up with it on SmackDown, is defending against Madcap Moss, and says, "Let's go, Sammy. I know you got my back." Once again.
But no. But before that, he specifically told the Usos, like, nah.
Yeah.
I don't need y'all tonight.
Yeah.
Y'all, you know, whatever he had a reason.
Yeah.
He's like, Sammy,
Let's
me
go.
and you, like, let's go. And Sammy's like, what? Me? And then he looks at Jay like,
Just a
and
fucking,
it was just
yeah.
perfect.
It was great.
It wasn't like overdone
It was
or
great.
like,
Yeah.
you know, exaggerated. It was just the exact. Everybody reacted the way, you know, you would assume, you know, those types of personalities would in that scenario.
Yeah.
And it was just so well done. And Sammy out there, you know, he was.
Sammy been biting bullets for people, boy. Sammy been taking.
Which made his intro with him just that much more fun.
Yes.
And he's super enthusiastic and hyped to be out there. And like you said, took that. He took the move from Moss to help him win?
I thought Drew came back out.
Nah, that's what it was
Yeah.
after the match. Yeah, he beat Moss pretty handily and convincingly, as he should. And then, with the Drew stuff. Yep. Just that whole thing was just so well done. And I think Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa now has injected a freshness in the bloodline that's you know, not dominating, not at the top of the bloodlines, at least yet, not at the top of their stuff. But yeah, I like a little bubbling under the surface stuff until
And so to complete that story, he successfully defends the title, but NXT Unlimited, as I've been calling it, opens with Mello and I love them opening with Mello. Like they are making it no secret how big of a deal they as a company think he is, and that's great for him. Mm-hmm. But they open with him and Shawn Michaels, and Solo comes in, and Solo has to relinquish the title because he was not in the vote and was not sanctioned to be there. Yeah. So but Shawn Michaels alludes to his past and the things that he's dealt with about, having to forfeit titles and your attitude can't outweigh the company and all that. And ultimately, Shawn Michaels, what is Shawn Michaels' defining match outside of his defining matches? It's the ladder match. And so Mello will get a chance to reclaim that at Halloween Havoc.
In a 5-way or some shit.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, some of the best NXT matches have been ladder matches for the North American title. So yeah, in a 5-way.
I'm not mad at because it works because the one guy he would have had the most beef with. The whole point is he won't be around, and that's the whole thing. And wish you luck on SmackDown or Raw or wherever you go. So it makes sense to have I'm not going to do a tournament. So hey, throw your top 5 folks in there. But it's like the thing
even
with NXT
in a further
AEW,
story though,
it's just like pick one.
No, in a further story, Mello should not be in a one-on-one match for the title, because not only has Mello beaten everybody one-on-one, Mello's beaten almost everybody one-on-one by nefarious means. So if you said there were 5 people who had a bone to pick with the guy, it would be accurate. So I think it's a good way of kind of evening the playing field to an extent. But yeah, they're treating him like a big deal, and I love that for him. So that's kind of that story. So far, the NXT.
Now we're talking about Trick Williams, Burberry, and Patent Leather.
Yeah, but Trick, I love that. I don't know if my man's the one that made that for him. I gotta ask him. He made his white gear. I don't know if he made his Burberry gear. But yeah, I mean, Braun Breaker's at the top of the mountain. You got Baton, McDonough, Dragunov came back. Big match. Dragunov is back. I want to see those two kill each other, man. Him and Breaker, I want to see them go to war. That guy is so good. It looks like the Creeds are going to kind of go their own way because your man Damon Kemp has driven the wedge, and it turns out Roddy wasn't doing none of it. Roddy was on the straight and narrow, like I know Roddy is, because that's my man.
Turned down the money at the footage.
Yeah, turned down. Yeah, he already paid his mortgage. He didn't need the money. So yeah, that's.
I mean, as far as I'm not a fan of Damon Kemp. Whatever. Maybe one day it's NXT and he's a new guy, and maybe one day he'll put it together. It's not like he's, has no shot at all. But currently, right now, whatever. He's just fine. But they gave him, the story that they gave him over the last couple of weeks, and the whole group, Diamond Mine, Diamond Mine, and the whole thing, and the Tony D'Angelo stuff. As far as a 3-4 week story, or however long the thing's been, specifically going on, that was, decent stuff. Turn a guy. I hate ambiguous, out of nowhere turns, or just people just gradually turn for no reason. No. Here's a moment where somebody turns, or is defined good or evil, and now you have a guy that's co-opted and willing to sell out his friends for a payday. And Kemp, maybe he has something going. But I thought as a story that was a fun little story that they told over a couple weeks.
You got Toxic Attraction getting back into the swing of things. Alba Fire breathing down Mandy Rose's neck. But she's not her first challenger. Her first challenger is, I think she has Tatum Paxley or Fallon Henley, whichever one's with the country dudes is who she's facing. Those names being so similar, so stupid. This Kemp. Well, shit. Apparently, they've soured on your man, on Gabe Stevenson, man. They're saying he's not coming along like they thought he would. again, Kurt Angle's a 101, man. A lot of people can't translate from that. Well, and Lesnar too. I'm sorry, but a lot of people can't translate from amateur to pro.
Shelton Benjamin. There's a lot, but yeah.
Yes, Shelton, absolutely.
Yeah, like big time a lot of those guys, are Dolph Ziggler, but they don't come over with that kind of hype that certainly Kurt Angle got, and even Brock Lesnar. And here he is, Olympic gold medalist, and you can't not use that as a selling point. And unfortunately, it's not working out. And personality-wise, I has very limited, seeing that guy. But I was just like, this is the guy that they're gonna. But then I think back, like if I saw Kurt Angle in '99 in those early segments on Heat when he got called out by Tiger Ali Singh, like Kurt Angle was not fucking great. He was just white meat babyface, Olympic gold medalist in Pittsburgh, getting called out by the foreign heel. No history besides what Sports Illustrated or whatever has told people in the Pittsburgh locals that know him. But he was this corny babyface guy. Nothing jumped out like, oh, this guy is going to be the next fucking great fucking pure technical wrestler / entertainer guy that WWFE has seen. But Gabe Stevenson just never.
They need to go get that Jordan Burroughs kid. That's who they need to get. That boy cold. But yeah, so we'll see there. So Travis, please get to this man's emails.
All right. Gibran from September 1st. This is the one he emailed like right after the show, 12:18 a.m. on a Thursday. Like we just finished recording. Matter of fact, me and Rich were probably actually still recording. But he says, "What up, fellas? So I came across an article on the Bleacher Report that said Jey Uso should be the one to dethrone Roman, and have it happen at Mania 38. Basically, the article was talking about how long Roman has had the title, and then at some point it has to end, and it should be Jey. My question to y'all is, if this were to happen, how the hell would they get to this match? Is 38 is the one that's coming up, I assume, right?
Yeah, 30. That's the one coming up in LA.
Yeah. They have time. If they wanted to do that, you got 6 months from right now to get to that. You absolutely have time.
They should win an Emmy if they pull that off. He is the right person to beat him. Like, great stuff in the Thunderdome. Him not feeling like he's appreciated in the group, it's all great. Yo, them kicking him out of the bloodline in like December, but him winning the Rumble?
You would just need a reason, and like him not getting along with Solo and Sammy.
Have somebody beat them for the tag titles. It'll be enough.
Okay.
Have somebody beat them for the tag titles.
And obviously, he'd have to be the one most likely to take the pin, right? If you wanted to start some kind of dissension or, Either way, that's yeah. I mean, there is a way to get there, and I think 6 months is a long enough time to do it. Why do y'all believe we're starting to get more in a main roster on NXT now?
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at the ratings much, but would I be wrong for thinking ratings are down on the show, or maybe the network wants more main roster on the show?
I mean, I think people are moving up. People are moving up and moving around. They realize, hey, we actually have 3 rosters, and the right people can move up and down and it not be looked at as necessarily a promotion or a demotion. Right.
So we're talking. We're talking. Obviously, Mandy Rose is the big one. She went and stayed and won the championship and got a part of the show anchored around her. Mm-hmm. But recently, you got Ricochet, you got Natty, Dolph.
Ricochet, who's a human now, who's an actual person. Like, he wears Nike shirts and gold chains and shit.
With a fantastic beard. I mean, that man is props for having a really good beard. It's just who fits in, and all those, at least those 4 cases, they all fit in very nicely and were slotted into the storyline and worked. So it didn't seem forced just to have somebody main roster talent on NXT to satisfy some executive's quota or whatever. I think it's both. I think it's that, and they go, you know what? We need to do something with Ricochet, reestablish him, or we can do this thing with Dolph Ziggler over the next 6 to 8 weeks within NXT, and it's just they're going with good ideas, and those things, Natty down there, it was just good stuff, and giving her, folks to work with, and more giving those folks the opportunity to, to wrestle Natty and to get some experience on TV with Natty. But yeah, it says, P.S. Is there any way Roman is losing in this weekend show? That was the Castle. I don't think so.
I don't see it happening.
All right. Now, in the next week, he said, I came across an article on the Bleacher Report.
Nigga, stop read the Ringer. Stop reading the fucking Bleacher Report. Goddamn.
Okay. No, it's literally the same email. It's about Jey Uso. Yeah. Okay.
Get
so
off
I didn't have
they
to read
dick.
from Brian. So from last week, from here down that he's the new Lex Luger. Damn.
Who is?
And this is from the 7th, so still 2 weeks ago. I like what they did that's the next question. So where did they go with Drew from here? I think we've gotten some in the last 2 weeks. We've seen where they're going to go with Drew.
Yo, shout out to Brian Atkins. Like, I see that you were in the stream. I couldn't see the other stream. Any update on Big E?
Shut up, Brian.
I love Brian Atkins. The only update is the one that we kind of all saw, is that he's able to walk around without the brace. Like, he's out in public nodding his head and shit. So I think those are good things. I don't have anything specific though. I'm gonna shut up my man Atkins.
Brian.
Damn, I shut up Brian. Damn, it's my man.
That's like a 6-year tradition we've got going.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Is that it from Brian? Oh, he says this next one is, I like what they did in the Casino Battle Royal, and now MJF won the chip, but I feel like excuse me, I feel like maybe they should have had Stokely Hathaway do a promo and then walk to the back and hand the chip to whoever was wearing the mask, and giving us 4 weeks, giving us a few weeks of guessing to who was under the mask. Just a thought.
I disagree. You my man. I disagree. It's a lot.
Yeah. Especially with hindsight and everything that happened.
Yeah, we needed to know who that was
directly
that night.
After
yeah,
that
man. We needed to know who that was that
show.
night. Because we need to know where we going.
You know what? Or now, even with hindsight, I think you do what they did. You make it a big deal. Yeah, you notice it, or you put it out there right away.
And Jabron, you are not doing this.
All right.
You my man. I want you to know you're not doing this, but it did remind me of a tweet that I saw today. And the tweet says that Dak's piece in The Ringer was great, but can't believe he didn't mention Kobashi alongside Steamboat as being able to eat an incredible amount of shit in a match as a babyface. So he gives you these 2 great examples, but you can't imagine that he wouldn't give you 3. I hate people, all of them, every single one.
So,
basically, I asked Dax about some baby faces, and then this guy, this asshole, I can't believe he didn't mention. Why can't you believe that? What about it's unbelievable?
Where did you tell? Where was this conversation? Where can I read this, Cameron?
Oh, yeah. You guys go to theringer.com. Just search the name Cameron Hawkins or Dax Harwood or AEW, and you will see my most recent article. I did an hour-long interview with Dax Harwood talking about his his year was the focus. He's been in the conversation for Wrestler of the Year. We talked about his year, his philosophy, got off into his family, his ideologies, and some of the things he aspires to. The world, I believe, what do we call it? Oh, yeah. The World Belongs to Dax Harwood is what we titled it. Fantastic conversation. Like the guy even more than I did before. Super authentic, super genuine. On Friday, I believe I'm going to stream on Friday. We will get into like the actual transcript, like the stuff I didn't get to talk about or include in the piece, so you can get a more of a feel for kind of who he is and what he's about. But yeah, I want to kind of expound on that. But yeah, theringer.com, the Dax Harwood. Damn, I keep fucking it up. The World Belongs to Dax Harwood. Really fun stuff.
Awesome. All right, let's talk to some folks. 347-202-0103 is the number to call in live. Let's open things in Newark and talk to Kylan. Kylan, buddy, what's on your mind?
What up? Not much, Travis. How are you and Cam doing this week?
Doing all right, man.
Yeah, doing
what
cool,
you got
man.
for us?
First off, to fill in Jabron's question that he asked earlier, or was it yours?
I don't know, but go ahead.
Money in the Bank was on July 2nd. So
go to hell, Kylan. Go to hell.
That was 70.
Yes.
That was 79 days ago.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. No, so not quite, July, but, barely.
That's funny.
All right.
So,
All right, yeah. That was my thing. So, yeah, what else?
Our two official topics here. Sam, I'm very surprised that you did not receive this story. But what are your thoughts on Triple H's latest big move to signify this is his WWE by reshaping Survivor Series by announcing the official premium live event return of War Games?
First of all, Kylan, my role on the team is not to break the news. But yo, shout out to my man Shoemaker. That's my guy. Yeah, we did not talk about that, Travis. But I mean, I think my thing is it doesn't feel like a big change because when Triple H was in charge of NXT, they had War Games. So now Triple H is in charge of the main roster, so they have War Games. I'm excited to see it. I do hope that it maintains the aesthetic of not having a roof on the cage, because you're getting athletic guys in there and athletic women in there to do crazy shit. So I do think that I love the move. I think it's great. Now, I'll say this too, Trav. We're talking about ways that they can get to Roman and Jay. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Bloodline against somebody in Survivor Series. So,
okay.
Is it a team led by KO? Is it a mismatch of KO, Seth, and another tag team? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's a way to have that dissension. And so, yeah, I'm excited about it though, Kylan. I think it's going to be great. I'm excited that other people are excited too, because in fairness, NXT having Survivor Series is not the same as these big time household names being involved in this classic, recognized, celebrated wrestling match. Absolutely acknowledge that. So, yeah, I'm excited to see it, man. I tell you what, though, it's absolutely like, okay, inside baseball, right? I've done nothing but AEW stories, right? That's been approved. I have, oh God, I almost said it. Cameron in particular, at this point, has a working relationship with AEW to where I can reach out to them if I want to talk to somebody for the most part and make that happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they did when we broke the news about War Games, of course, the byline says the Ringer has a working relationship with WWE. And of course, now it's like the Ringer is WWE shills. And it's like, guys, you have evidence showing you that that's not what the case is. But yeah, these motherfuckers, man, you can't please them. So no, I am super interested to see.
That's why you shouldn't even try.
Yeah, what that is going forward. I don't know if that means, we put a motherfucking down payment on something. But no, I think that breaking that news and getting that story has been great. And it's been a big deal. But no, please do not ever expect me to break anything. Even if they tell me something, I'm not gonna go tell it because I got what I need to do on this side.
Anything else for us, Kyle?
All righty then. My second question is in regards to Rampage.
Okay.
Since I noticed the fact that a lot of people neglect to mention this, believe it or not, TNT is said to be extremely happy with the 480 to about 580,000 viewer threshold that Rampage has set so far. Do you, especially on a Friday night at 10 p.m., do you believe that having a second hour of Rampage could actually turn out to be at least somewhat of a wise move, considering a large number of viewers is not necessarily required for said time period?
For that reason, yes. I like your reasoning there, in that if they're good with the numbers they get off a replay, adding an extra hour could absolutely help on that end. I do not want an extra hour of pro wrestling on TV. There are too many right now. Like, instead of losing...
Yeah, wrestling does not, the Fridays do not need a 4-hour wrestling block. Like, there's a 3-hour wrestling block if you want to watch all, both hours of SmackDown and Rampage at 10 Eastern. Fine. But for Rampage, if it started going to midnight regularly, that would be a problem. It would probably be a problem for their taping schedule as well. Those Rampage crowds would fucking be dead by the minute.
Yeah, that fantastic Dax Claudio match had to go on at the end of 4 hours, and it was just damn, yeah.
You don't want to do that on a regular basis to your talent. It's one thing if it's just, hey, that's how the show worked out this time, but you don't want to, it's not great. So, all right, good stuff. All right, Kylan, good talking to you, man.
Talk to you next week.
Sure will. All right. Now, see you folks hanging on. 404-419 specifically. Press 1 on your keypad if you want to put your hand up and talk to us. Otherwise, Otherwise, you're gonna get ignored. Queue full of people. Don't nobody want to put their goddamn hands.
Well, that just means it's time to eat dinner.
Boris,
Get ready for the show.
Wow. Hey guys,
Good point.
how's it going? Missed y'all last week.
Boris, I
Yeah.
know you in New York right now.
first-
I know you in Arthur Ashe walking in right now.
Nope.
Not quite.
I'm actually got my red cup,
Hmm.
but the Moxie Bryant too. This to me, this is kind of mirroring, when CM Punk departed WWE, and then they left the door open for Dane Bryant.
Oh,
go on
Boris.
this run.
Boris, somebody literally tweeted something along the lines of, "It's 2004. CM Punk leaves ROH on bad terms. Daniel Bryan becomes champion."
07, I think that happened.
Okay.
Wow.
It's 2013. CM Punk leaves WWE on bad terms. Daniel Bryan becomes world champion. 2022.
Can the lightning strike 3 times?
Man, hey, it'd be like that.
I hope lightning strike 3 times because I like when he did his run in WWE. I just hope we had the players, because when he did go on this run, I liked how he had to spend off Triple H and company.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
I hope
in
he
Bryant's
gets that-
case, the run up from January to April was fantastic. April to June was tough to watch. As champion, Bryan was not great.
And this is
I mean,
the
that's
year,
because
the 30 year, right?
They put him in his first feud was against fucking Kane, and then Kane fucking dropped him on his neck.
Right.
So.
Well, I'm hoping with this run that part don't happen, but I did like the overall
Of course.
of it. You know what I'm saying? And so with the tag team, I know everybody, cheering for their Acclaim.
No, Boris,
But-
no, Boris. Everyone loves the Acclaimed.
I didn't want to say that. but I do want to see a solid run out of Keith Lee now. You know what I'm saying? So I want them to finish these guys off because they're popular, and that's what makes great tag teams. Wrestling.
Yeah, but the
is
Acclaim
what I thought.
lose every time. Every time they get a shot, they that's and they keep giving them shots, so they keep fucking not being ready to pull the trigger with him. So I don't know.
I mean, these are the only 2 matches that really, these are the tough matches here. The other ones, Cesaro, Pop, I'm naming the winners. Tony Storm retained, but with these 2 matches, this is where this is where my eyeballs gonna be in the fight. I really want them to, defend these, and maybe get a few more matches before they lose. I know the other guys can lose it, but they so hot. I think they can hold on at least 6 more months. At least let these guys get a solid run before, like you said, then break them up. Because I think if you put them up against good tag teams and show them, why put the belts on them and not let them be a solid, get a solid run. That's all I want to see. I want to see them wrestle other people, and then show them getting defeated because it's like. Maybe y'all can tell me what's the longest tag team run outside of the Young Bucks or as another team.
I think
You know what I'm
FTR
saying?
had a
What
pretty
was the
solid run.
Longest run. Who?
Yeah, FTR. I think FTR's run was decent, but those are the 2.
Goddamn. Nobody else, right?
Yeah,
Other
those
than
would be the 2.
FTR, right?
Yep. You are correct.
That's why we need some of these up. We need to come up. The rest of AEW to shine, which is meaning if these guys are your tag team champs, give them a 6-month run or something. Doom got 6 months against all the top tag teams. Look how far that goes. I
Wait.
just want to see them.
Who?
Doom.
Who did you use as an example?
Butch Reed and Ron Simmons. Doom.
Was there
Remember they had
need to go?
They had a. Listen, man.
Him and Butch Reed.
They had a nice run. Yes, they had a nice tag team run against all the tag teams back then. Roy Roy Steiners. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
So I'm just let these guys. I mean, they got good chemistry. I haven't, I'm just enjoying what's on the screen. So I'm just hoping that they do retain, and people, if they have to go heel naturally because people get upset because they beat them, well then we just keep moving and see where it goes. You know what I'm saying? Everything's happening organically. I know these guys are really hot right now, but man, what heat will they get if they beat them, right? Naturally.
I don't know.
Hey, that's all I got.
All right, man. Let's oh, well, nobody put their hand up, so yeah. Any final thoughts of the week in wrestling? Any fall through the cracks stories or happenings? Braun Strowman versus Otis.
Yeah, Braun back in the mix.
Him coming out and fucking tearing up all the tag teams. And
Braun said he cried
making him
when
look worthless.
He was in the locker room, sat back and cried when he realized he was back in the mix. I 100% believe that. This independent shit is cool, man.
I worked for myself.
Yeah, this independent shit is cool, but shit, like
he's real defensive.
Really, me and Trav got real, and not lucky because Trav went and made it happen. But boy, doing this as long as we've done it, I'd much rather do it under the Torture umbrella than under fucking CNT Productions. God damn it, like
CNT.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's boy, like I hey, working for the man, it ain't the worst thing in the whole world. Mm-hmm. Be your own man, but get the man's money. Shit. I want to know how somebody was out here begging for money, but they also got tickets to Grand Slam. But anyway, never mind.
They talking about the donation shamer?
I'm just saying.
I mean, that's something to say. I mean, I'd wonder that too. Oh well, I got my tickets weeks ago. Like, no, this ain't WWE. They put these shits on sale like 3 months in advance. Like AEW put them shits on ticket sales.
Nigga, they started selling them shits yesterday.
About all the time you get. All right. On that note, VIP folks, if you are listening to this in podcast form and you are a Torch VIP member, click over. Richie and I will be by for an hour or so. I would giggle every time I say an hour or so. An hour or so of VIP content. We'll be talking, I don't know, book club and maybe a little She-Hulk, and yeah, we'll get into it. So yeah, me and Cam will be back next week, same time, same channel. So until next week, I want to say thank you for all the callers and all 2 or 3 of y'all and all the emailers, all one of y'all, and my co-host Cameron Hawkins. Appreciate everybody. We will talk to y'all next time. Thanks. We out.
Okay, so here's me muted. Hey, podcast this week, doing a podcast about the time in LA and the Dax piece, what we got coming up. Stream should be Friday night, so both of those things. So you see the link right there to the podcast. Like it, subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Search South Congress with a K. That's coming. And then we'll do a stream either Friday or Saturday night. So have a great night. Watching Rampage. Definitely check out the article on the Ringer